Hi folks, I'm Ian Baker, the product specialist with Camping World, and today we're going to go over the 2018 Newmar Ventana 4369. This is a beautiful diesel pusher. I love this floor plan. You have dual opposing sofas here, bath and a half with a double vanity in the master, and a massive shower. Starting off, you can see right here, the dual opposing slides really open this coach up, making it very comfortable yet still very spacious. If you look at the floor, you'll see the porcelain polished tile there. I love the polish. It really gives it that shine and luster. And then they kind of have some individual tiles laid in there, the little the streak there, which kind of helps break it up a little bit. And again, it just blends in just beautifully. I love the tile that they chose for the Ventana here. If you look up at the ceiling, you'll see you have ceiling treatments up here as well. And behind these is actually where your ACs are located. So I think this is a very neat idea too. Rather than having your vents all over the place, they're all centrally located. In an open space like this, it does a great job of cooling it down, and it looks much classier, much cleaner. This one does have the third AC option, so that way it'll cool the coach off nice and quickly. Plus it has heat pumps in there as well, so as long as it's above 40 degrees, you can use those heat pumps to heat up the coach. If we take a look right over here, you'll notice a couple things. First of all, take a look at the side of the slide out here. There's actually accent lights built in the back. Really helps it pop. Very beautiful decorative woodwork here. Again, it just kind of shows you that this is a nice high-end diesel pusher. Right down underneath that, you will see your solid surface end table. Something, again, you generally don't get here in the slide. Normally that is wood. I like the fact they did the solid surface there. Great spot to be able to set down your drink. And then you have a little bit of storage there underneath. Right here is your Jackknife Sofa. This does fold down into a bed. There's also two seat belts here, so that way if you need a couple additional riders and you're going on a trip, you can safely have them ride here. Behind that is your TV. It is a Sony Bravia TV. This one is on a televator. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's an elevator for the TV. That way you can drop it down so you have a great shot out the window right there to your campsite, wherever you may be staying, or if you just want to let natural light into the coach. At nighttime, or if it's a rainy day, pop the TV up, you can watch a show. It is directly across from the other sofa, which I'll show you in a little bit. You have an electrical outlet there, so if you need to plug anything in, you're able to do that. In the center of that outlet, and you'll kind of see these spread throughout, there's actually two USB ports there too. So again, you have a couple different ways to be able to plug in those electronic devices. Storage up top here, we'll open this up so you can take a look. You'll see it is carpeted, that way your items aren't sliding around as you're going down the road. You have the same storage right over here. And then if you take a look at the center, it's a little different. You'll see up top you have your Bose sound system, so you get that kind of theater-like experience while you're watching TV. Then right here in the center is your Blu-ray player. You'll also see you have satellite hookups there in the back in case you do want satellite. And because this is an overhead compartment door, it does have a strut there for easy one-hand operation. And also you have hidden hinges on all the cabinetry throughout. Making our way back a little bit further, we step into the kitchen. So look at the beautiful countertop here. You have a ton of prep space, folks. I absolutely love this. And one of my favorite parts is if this just isn't quite enough, you'll see this right here actually pops out. There's a button that's tucked away right here. If you push that, it releases this. You can pull it out, lock it into place just like so. And this is a lot more sturdy than a lot of them that I've seen in other coaches. A lot of times with the pullouts, they just don't seem sturdy at all. Like if you put any weight on it, it's going to break. It does not give that impression at all in the Ventana here. But again, that creates almost like a U-shaped kitchen, which I love. As far as storage, if you take a look underneath here, you have two huge full extension drawers in your countertop extension here. And then moving over, look at this. You have three more very large drawers. This top one here is perfect for your silverware. You see they give you the divider here. Then you have all this space over here for all your other utensils like your spatulas, knives, things like that. Two more large drawers right underneath. And if we take a look underneath the sink, you'll see you have a trash can, so good storage underneath there as well. And you have the drop-down compartment right here, which is a good spot for like your sponge. And then you have this pull-out drawer over here to the side. If we look at the countertop itself, you do have both sink top covers as well as a cooktop cover. So all this is great usable all usable prep space. You can see the gorgeous backsplash on there is what I was trying to say. Kind of has like the little bubbles almost running throughout, kind of like the pebbles, and a couple different strips there. And again, it helps break up the look a little bit, and at the same time, the colors all blend together very nicely. If we remove the cooktop cover, you will see on the back side you have cutting boards. So not only are they functional in providing that extra prep space, but also you get the cutting boards too. And when you do take them off, that reveals your double true induction cooktop. Folks, I love having an induction cooktop. It works a lot faster to heat up as well as cool down. And one of the things I really like about this for 2018, you'll see you have the cutouts right here. You can put your fingers there and you can actually lift this up and out. So what you do is you can unplug this and you can take it right outside. That way if you're cooking something that stinks, maybe you're cooking fish, or you don't want the smell in your coach, or you're cooking bacon, you don't want the grease to splatter everywhere in here because it's a bugger to clean up, you can take that right outside, have those smells and all that issue outside, and keep your coach nice and clean. Then moving over a little bit further, we get into the sink here. So I'll lift these up so you can take a look. Beautiful double bowl stainless steel sink, very modern cut to it, which I like because we have solid surface that allows them to undermount the sink. And with the double bowl, it makes washing and rinsing dishes very easy. You'll also see if you take a look kind of down in the corners here, it's almost zero radius, meaning that if you take a glass and put it right here in the corner, it's not going to slide to the center. It'll actually stay right there, which is pretty cool. And then you also have the very modern faucet in here too, kind of high-rise faucet, which makes it easier to wash and rinse dishes. If we take a look up top here, you'll see over to the side, you have some storage right there, shelf that is built in. Directly above the sink, you have more storage here. This is an adjustable shelf, so you can move that to where you want it. And then you also have the pull-out drawer here. I personally really like this because if you're shorter, a lot of times it's hard to fully utilize this, especially with the way the countertop comes out. You can't really grab anything back there, but with this, you can pull it out. It makes it much easier to be able to grab everything. Moving down a little further here, you have your Whirlpool convection microwave oven. Open that up for you. You know, in lieu of your regular oven, they give you more storage down there. And again, I like convection anyway. It cooks faster, plus it's way easier to clean. Little bit of extra storage there up top. And then storage here on the side. Once again, you have that adjustable shelf. So we take a look at the driver's side here. You have a huge pantry. I absolutely love this. All pull-out drawers here, so a ton of extra space. You'll see that there is some different distance in between, like these ones down below are a little bit bigger. So if you have like a toaster or something you want to fit in here, you can put that on the bottom shelf and you'll still have plenty of space there. And then one step over is our Whirlpool residential refrigerator and freezer. This again is an option, but I absolutely love it in here. You can see there's plenty of space. You have a couple crisper drawers as well as the one right here on the bottom. You'll also notice that even though you have a whole house filter on the coach itself, you also have a water filter in the refrigerator and the drinking water dispenser right here on the outside of the fridge. Underneath, you'll see this one does have an ice maker, so that way you can have some ice for your drinks, and also has plenty of freezer space. And then making our way up a little bit further here, we get into our dining area. So this is a buffet style dinette. This does pull out. As you can see right now, it's perfect for 2 people, but if you have additional guests, this pulls out and there is a leaf that will go in right there, as well as a couple extra chairs. That way you can comfortably sit 4 people here. You also have a little bit of storage on both sides, as well as right in the center. You see you have electrical outlets on both sides too, so that way if you have to sit here and work on a tablet or laptop, you're able to plug those in. MCD roller shades all the way throughout the living area here, folks. You have both day and night shades. They work very well, high-end shades as you'd expect in a diesel coach. You have some wall lights here as well as LED lights up top to really help brighten it up. And again, you can see the beautiful design in the fascia here on the slide. I love what they've done. It really just kind of gives it that aesthetic piece that you're craving. All the way across the top here too, you have storage lining the entire top of the slide, All of it is strut supported, again, for easy one-hand operation. Moving over, you get into the sofa. You have a 84-inch sleeper sofa here, so it is nice and big. And if you want people to be able to stay the night, this is where your guest bed would be. Otherwise, again, it makes a great spot to sit. Straight across is the TV. The control for that televator is right here, so this will move it up and down. Cool thing about it, folks, is it is just touch of a button. You don't have to hold it. You can touch it just like that, and the TV is going down there. And once again, you do have another electrical outlet right there. In the half bath, we have the Dometic Concerto Electro Flush Toilet with the control right up by the sink. You'll see underneath the vanity there, you have some good extra storage, as well as your toilet paper holder mounted on the wall. The sink itself is a beautiful vessel bowl. You can see these solid surface countertops and the backsplash there too, with the high residential faucet, very designer faucet. You also have an electrical outlet there, as you'd expect, and the control for your power vent fan, as well as your water pump. Right up above, you have a mirrored medicine cabinet, and you have a couple shelves built in. You can see the, again, the modern lights, the vanity lights there up top. While we're looking up top, you can see the fantastic vent right there. And over to the side here, behind these doors are actually your main fuses for the house portion of the coach. And then behind the pivot door, there is actually a linen closet tucked right back there. Right outside the bathroom, you have your fantastic vent fan control for the kitchen. And if we take a look down below, you can see your Dirt Devil central vac here with a toe kick and also a courtesy light, so that way if you have to get up and use the bathroom in the middle of the night, you can see and you're not going to trip on things. Of course, you have the door to the bedroom here, and if you do have additional guests, you can have the added privacy. And then here in this slide is the king bed. This one does have the upgraded sleep number bed, so it's very comfortable. You can both kind of choose, what's more comfortable for you. You get to pick your number, if you will. But not only do you have a comfortable bed, you also have storage underneath it. These are the two extra chairs I was mentioning. Again, these are for your dinette in case you have additional guests. On either side here, you'll see you have nightstands. Again, they are the beautiful solid surface, so not only are they functional, but they also look great. And then directly underneath that, you have the electrical outlets with USB ports and more storage. Up above here, you have the headboard. It is padded too, so if you want to sit up and read a book, you can do that comfortably. You have reading lights underneath and storage traveling the whole top of the slide. If we take a quick look at our ceiling, again, you'll see the third AC mounted right behind that. And if you do need to get up there to change your filters or anything, this does have a pivot hinge. It'll pivot down so you can access that AC. Right here at the foot of the bed, you have some excellent storage on both sides. We'll open this up for you. You see you have the wardrobe right there with hanging space. Same thing on this side over here. Then right in between, again, is your Sony Bravia TV in case you want to watch a show before bed. You'll notice you have a window here, as well as the solid surface countertop there, and you have drawers underneath. If you take a look here, plenty of drawer space for any additional folded clothes. The master bathroom in the 4369 is very spacious. When you walk in, you have your stackable washer dryer units here, which I like the fact that it's in the back of the coach. That way if you have to do laundry, your guests don't have to watch you do it. So you move over a little bit here, you see you have some good storage here on the side, perfect for your toothbrush or any other items you want to put in there. It just makes a great medicine cabinet. And then right down below, you have the beautiful double vanity. I love having this in any bathroom, whether it's at home or in an RV. It's just great to kind of have a his and hers. It's been known as a lifesaver or marriage saver from time to time in several households and friends that I have. You'll see you also have electrical outlets on both sides, as well as the hand towel rings here too. If we take a look down below here, underneath the sinks, you have good storage on both sides, and you have 4 full extension drawers here as well. So again, lots of storage here in the vanity. You also have another medicine cabinet here on this side. Along the back wall, is a very large wardrobe. So not only do you have the wardrobes in the bedroom, you also have them here in the bathroom. On the side, you have removable or adjustable shelves on both sides. So you can have the shelves or the hanging rod there. And right underneath, you have a safe for all of your valuables. You'll also see right here on the floor, that is the leaf I had mentioned for the table. So again, if you have extra guests, put the leaf in, and then you had the 2 foldable chairs under the bed. You'll also see right over here, you have your toilet paper holder as well as your, again, Concerto or Dometic Concerto Electro Flush toilet there. And right above that is your egress door. So one of the cool things they did for 2018, this panel right here actually comes out. There's a ladder in there that drops down so that way you can safely exit the coach in case of emergency. You also have a window here to let in some natural light, MCD shades on there too. And right here on the wall is your fantastic vent control for this vent right up top. Over to this side though is, besides the double vanity, this is probably my favorite part of this bathroom. This is a 50 by 34 shower, folks. If you're sick of having a small shower in your RV, you feel like you can't, move around in it, that is certainly not the case here. You can see how much room I have. Beautiful glass doors here. Even when I shut it again, I can turn around, no problem, wash up nice and easy. You have kind of the marble looking walls with the built-in shelf here as well. And the hand wand also has an adjustable bar so you can set the height there. You also see you have a skylight up top, so if you are a taller person, it will give you that additional head height. The captain's chair here is a nice two-tone flex steel seat. It's also a 6-way power seat. Of course, both the captain's chair and the passenger chair swivel around, and both of them also have a power leg lift. If you take a look over here on the armrest, you will see the auto level system, as well as the tag dump there and a 3-stage engine brake. You also have a 6-speed Allison transmission and 2 cup holders so you can have some caffeine and another beverage at the same time. If we take a look at the dash itself, you'll see you have your marker lights on here as well as your fog lights, dome light there, your power mirrors, air horn, and a battery boost so you don't get stuck. The center dash itself here, if we take a look at your gauges, of course, you have your gas gauge there, RPMs, your speedometer, and over to this side you have both of your air leveling gauges right there. If you don't have enough air when you start it up, it will beep as the air fills up. That is completely normal. If we take a look at the steering wheel here, again, this one is built on the Freightliner chassis. You can see some of your controls. You have your windshield wiper there as well as some of your courtesy lights. And also on the dash, I do want to mention a couple things. You can see your marker or your center bar right here. That you can go ahead and check some diagnostics there, which is nice. That is controlled by this right over here. You have this little control that will let you go ahead and move it. You can see there checking things like your tire pressure. Right underneath that knob is your comfort drive system. That is one of the things that make Newmar such a great RV to drive. That comfort drive system really helps with the wheel, makes it feel much more like you're just driving an everyday automobile. And then you have 2 center dash panels here. The one on the left is your camera. You can see you have both your side view cameras as well as your rear camera there too. And then right over here, your second screen is your radio as well as your navigation there. Rand McNally navigation is great because that way you can set the length of your coach and the height, and it'll make sure to take you on appropriate roads. We take a look right down below here. You see you have your visor and shade control. The front one is power. Your fans there as well as and your gen set. Right underneath that, this is pretty cool, folks. This is a non-slip pad. It's also wireless charging. So if your phone is capable of wireless charging, you can put it right there and it'll charge it up. Your heat and AC for your dash are controlled right here. You also have a USB port and a 12-volt. Your entrance door locks as well as the courtesy light. Then if we take a look over to this side here, the passenger seat, again, flex steel 6-way power. This one also has your power footrest on there, and of course you can spin those around. You'll also see right here, this is really nice, folks. If you want to take a little break, or maybe you need to do some work while you're on the road, you can take this right here, spin it up and over, and now your passenger has a nice work surface, or again, a spot in which they can eat a meal. And you have an electrical outlet tucked right back here, so that way if you do need to plug anything in, it is quite close and easy to get to. On this armrest, you do have a cup holder here as well. You also have some light controls, your step cover, so that way, you know, if you're putting your feet down here, if you have grandkids, you certainly don't want them to fall in the stairwell, so you can shut that step cover there. And you can lock all of your baggage doors from here. I really like that feature. When you're getting ready to go, you know, last thing in the world you want is to have a baggage door fly open on you, and I hate having to go and individually lock every single one. So just touch of a button and all your doors will lock. Right up top here, you see you have some additional storage here on the passenger side. 40-inch TV right here in the center, so that way you do have a couple different TVs you can watch. And right up top above the driver's seat is your main control panel. This is kind of the brains of the unit. Right up top here is your Ranger. This is a Wi-Fi booster. So if you're at the campground, it has a weak Wi-Fi signal, you can go ahead and connect to this right here. That will be individual to each coach, and that will help boost that signal. Right down below that is your main monitor panel. You can see all 3 ACs. Again, this one does have the third one equipped on there. All of your voltage in, everything you need there on that panel. Right underneath that, you have your tank monitoring panel. You also have the voltage of the batteries there. Your awning control right here. This is your Carefree of Colorado awning. So this will be your main awning here. Do note that this one also has a motion sensor or wind sensor on there. It does have 3 stages, so based upon where you're at, you can set that accordingly. Your EMS, your energy management system, is right there. Again, that will help control all 3 of those ACs. And then you have your slide out controls right underneath. Your Oasis heat is over to the side. As I mentioned, those 3 ACs do have heat pumps, but if it gets below 40 degrees, you're going to want to make sure you use your hydronic heating there. And then lastly, right here, you have security lights and your step, so you can lock your step out. Now that we've seen the inside, let's take a quick look at some of the outside features on the Ventana 4369. So folks, this one is built on the Freightliner chassis with the Star Foundation, and it houses the Cummins ISL 9-liter, putting out 400 horse and 1,250 foot-pounds of torque. You have the beautiful one-piece automotive bonded windshield there with your wet windshield wipers right here in the front. The front compartment, of course, here does house your generator. We'll take a look at that a little bit later. So we come around to the side, you'll see what this one does have the optional flagpole mount there. So you can just put your bracket right in and have your flag hanging out here. You'll also see the bi-directional mirrors there located on both sides. And in conjunction with your side view cameras right here, give you excellent visibility, helping cover a lot of your blind spots. Of course, your cameras will turn on as soon as you turn on the blinker, again, to help see and make sure no one is right next to you. You have the grab handle right here with keyless entry, so it is very easy to get into the coach, or if you have guests that want to stay while you're out doing something else, you can give them that code so they can enter. And at the very bottom is a doorbell. You'll also notice you have frameless windows on the entire RV here. Frameless windows not only look a lot nicer, but also because the seal is tucked behind the glass right here, and oftentimes this is painted, the seal is better protected from the elements as well. And because the way they open, oftentimes you can have these windows open even while it's raining, and that will let you have nice airflow coming through without getting a bunch of water into the coach. If you take a look above the door here, you do see you have a door awning, as well as a large power awning here spanning the main camps portion of your RV. And both of the slides here have slide out toppers. That way any sticks or pine cones or anything that fall down from the trees surrounding your campsite will just fall off when you put your slide back in, and it helps eliminate the issues of destroying your slides up top. If we take a look at the slide out itself, you can see how it's a flush mounted slide there. It's absolutely gorgeous. Not only does that look a lot nicer, but it also helps prevent some of the water from getting into the slide while you're going down the road in the event that it's raining. Beautiful paint job on here as well. It's the BASF paint with the masterpiece finish there, clear coat on there as well. It really has that shine and luster to make your coach pop. We take a look at the wheels here. You do have Michelin tires. 22.5-inch tires on both the front and back. They are 305s all the way around. Right back here is your fuel fill. You have dual fuel fill on this coach, so it doesn't matter what side of the pump you pull up on, you can fill up your coach on either side, and you have a 100-gallon fuel tank. Big open storage area right up front here, which is great because it's right next to the door, so it is extremely easy access. So for items that you're commonly getting into, this is probably where you want to put them. I also like the handles on here. I like the fact they're not painted because especially if you wear rings, you go to reach in here and you'll constantly be hitting it. Like if you have a big rock on there, a big diamond, you can cut up that paint as you're going to reach in here. Or myself, I have like a little line through the ring, so when I go to shut doors, if there's paint on it, sometimes it can cut that paint. So I like having the handles there, kind of the chrome handles instead of the painted ones. Large pull-out tray here. You can see that, how it's nice and long there. It goes all the way through. You'll also see you have some tiles there on the far side. So that way, 10, 12, 15 years down the road, maybe you break a tile and they no longer make it, you have some spare tiles from Newmar, so you're able to replace it. Next one, again, here you see another large open spot here. So if you have some larger items that you plan on bringing with you, you can certainly slide those in right there. And then same thing right next door. Now this one doesn't go all the way through, but it is still a large storage area. You'll also see you have the Dirt Devil vac right there. That's where it empties out at. A couple electrical outlets here on this side as well. Your auto gen start you can see is located right there. Making our way back a little further here. You have your pegboard right here, so this is where you can hang up some of your tools. Nice little convenient area. I like that they do this. More and more people are getting away from working on their own coaches, but when you have a big expensive diesel like this, even though it's built extremely well, sometimes things go wrong, and you definitely want to be prepared with your own tools here. So we make our way in the very back. You can take a look right here. You will see your chassis batteries are located there. This one does have the Oasis hydronic heating system, and folks, if you have to fill up your coolant, that is where it is right there. You'll have to make sure that you fill that up occasionally so it can continue to heat up the coach. Making our way around to the back here. So as I mentioned, this is the Cummins 400 horse. In order to get to the engine, you'll have this guy right here. You kind of push down on that, and that will allow you to pull this back compartment up like so, and that will give you access to the rear engine compartment. Right down below, this one has a 15,000-pound hitch, folks. You want to do some towing, this can certainly do it. You have the 7-pin connector located there too. If we take a look up top, I'll shut this for you. You can see that beautiful paint job here on the back. The very top right there is your backup camera. And over to this side here, you have your ladders. That way you can climb up onto the roof for any kind of maintenance. Making our way around the side here, you see you have some extra storage right there. You have to love that. It is a lit compartment. You can see that right over here. Your egress door is directly above. I showed you that when we were inside. And as I mentioned, this opens up and it now has a ladder in the bottom portion that drops down so you can easily get out of the coach in case of emergency. You'll see once again, this full wall slide right here does have your slide out topper on there. You'll also see your window awnings. Coming down a little further, real quick, one of the things I do want to mention, you can see here, this one has the tag axle. It is a steerable tag. Up front, we have a 55-degree wheel cut on the front axle. You have an additional 12-degree wheel cut here on the rear axle. So, it definitely helps you get in some of those tighter spots. Taking a look right here, we see the outside shower, both hot and cold access here in our wet bay. For winterization, if you take a read right here, this is actually your winterization instructions. They put it there for easy reference. They're talking about your A and B valves, folks. Those are located right over here if you see those kind of tucked over to the side. Low point drains right here. You also have your water pump there. Black tank flush over to this side here. You want to make sure you flush out your black tank when you're done camping. Make sure you get all the toilet paper out of there. Whole house filter. Your supply water hose here, that is on a power reel, so it just reels up nice and easy for you. Termination is located right down below. Your black tank valve, gray tank valve right next to it. And then located right back here is your flow jet water pump. Right next door to our wet bay is the 50 amp power cord, and you'll see that is on a power reel as well, which is really nice, especially in colder weather, as they can become quite a bear to fight. Another thing I like is actually right down here, you'll see that Newmar creates the seals around there. That way you can sneak your hose through, shut the door, and have it sealed in tight. Also right up over here is your surge guard. That way if there is low voltage at the campground or a sudden spike, that'll help protect your coach. Moving up one further, we get into the Oasis hydronic heating system. So if it's above 40 degrees, your heat pumps on your ACs will keep the coach fairly warm. Of course, that is electric heat. In the event it drops down below that, that is when this one kicks in, using diesel to heat up the coach. Hydronic heat is very comfortable. This also doubles as your water heater too, giving you fully on-demand hot water. Take a look in here and you'll see this is the other side of that large storage compartment we saw. Of course, this is the one with your pull-out tray here. And moving up one further, you get into your batteries. You see you have your 8 batteries here. Those are on a tray for easy access or in the event that you have to replace some batteries. Right up top here is the second fuel fill. And as I mentioned previously, you can fill from either side. Another thing that's cool is if you take a look underneath here, you can see the steel plate right there. That's to help protect the fuel line, folks. In the event of a blowout, you're not going to have a chunk of tire take out your fuel line and have fire all over the ground and everywhere in the coach. That is an excellent safety feature that Newmar puts in there. Right up front here, you have some more of your electronics. You see your fuses here for the front of the coach. You also see you have spare fuses right over here to the side. And as I mentioned previously, we can get into the generator compartment. That's going to be this right here. You pull that, that will unlock that front generator compartment, which will allow us to come right up front here. We can open that up. And as you can see, right there is your Cummins Onin 8,000 watt generator. All right, folks, that wraps it up. Again, this is the 2018 Newmar Ventana 4369. If you're interested in this diesel pusher and you'd like price and availability, simply click on the link in the description below. Thanks again for watching. I'm Ian Baker, and let's go camping.